G'day everyone, I'm the Wog on Fire, and today I'll be preparing a delicious review of Cooking Simulator. Developed by Big Cheese Studio, this is a first-person simulation game of what it would be like to be an up-and-coming chef in an up-and-coming restaurant. Featuring a career mode for those looking for a challenge or a sandbox mode for the chilled gamers out there, the game satisfies both needs. What Cooking Simulator accomplishes is the feeling of prepping, cooking, and serving over 60 different recipes confined within the stresses of a busy kitchen. Being able to interact with your ingredients through every step of the cooking process until the dish is complete, while also juggling multiple orders and obstacles, is oh so satisfying if you've got the skill to pull it off. From cutting, baking, frying, grilling, and even blending, there's plenty of options to keep the game constantly engaging and challenging with every new dish learnt. As you progress through the career, the days will last longer, the dishes will get harder, and you will be tested. And if you crave even more challenge, you can even upgrade current recipes you have to add even more steps and ingredients to the recipe. Credits are your currency, and are earned for each dish served and used to buy anything in your kitchen, from ingredients and utensils to equipment repairs and cosmetics to your kitchen. Fame and experience points are earned during a day's cook, and level you up to spend skill points on a variety of skills, which can affect credit and fame intake, as well as affect other aspects of the kitchen. Perks are also earned every few days, and are very beneficial for the player, from being able to reset dish timers to picking up hot food with your bare hands. The visuals and gameplay aim for realism. Ingredients cut in real time, utensils and cooking stations act like they should, even right down to the microwave. Gordon Ramsay would be proud. While visually suited and generally superb, at this point in time the game unfortunately does suffer from some optimization issues. My FPS would just drop suddenly, which was very distracting, especially in such a fast-paced time-managing game like this. And I also found it usually occurred when I looked at my pantry, and was worse in sandbox mode when the pantry was fully stocked. I also have some minor gripes with the game. Precision plating is non-existent and pointless to the outcome of the dish. Flipping ingredients with a utensil is unnecessarily difficult, especially due to a lack of depth perception. And cutting was one of my biggest problems. I did find more success with the freeze perk, but the fact that the recipes require you to cut so precisely, but the lack of a second hand and given little feedback on your cut just makes for frustration in the end. I also think the gameplay experience would benefit with a better tutorial. Cooking School does do a good job of teaching you the basics, but when it comes down to it, you'll end up having to Google how to do certain things in the kitchen, which should be just covered in the tutorial. But luckily, the developers seem active and determined to squash bugs and even add new features to the game over time. In fact, as I'm recording this, they've already added some new ingredients and promised new utensils, so at this point I'm confident that the game will only get better over time. A viewer on Twitch asked me if I believe that the cooking methods can be used in real life cooking, and I'd say most certainly. Clarifying with my wife, of course, she agreed with me, except for the time it takes to cook the dishes, where in real life it can take 10 minutes just to cook pasta. Of course, cooking times in the game are made much shorter so we can actually, play the game, not just sit around, and it definitely adds to the overall challenge of the career mode. So if you do try to recreate, just be careful and maybe follow some proper recipes, but it goes to show that a game like this can inspire you to want to cook and create, and that's a big tick from me. So overall, Cooking Simulator faithfully recreates the restaurant kitchen, with loads of variety to satisfy the hardcore players, and also the chilled goofy chefs in us all. Whether you want to create total chaos or serve 5-star dishes, your craving will be pleasantly satisfied. And despite my gripes with the game, I had a lot of fun playing Cooking Simulator, and I enjoyed the struggles of the kitchen, and maybe even inspired the little chef in me. For more on Cooking Simulator, I've linked the Steam page in the description, and if you liked this review, subscribe here and follow me on Twitch, and I'll see you for the next video.